in an Inc. magazine online op-ed video. Mark Cuban joining us now on the phone to explain his comments. So, Mark, we're curious. Fixing the economy means fixing student loans. Explain.
Well, it's really simple. I mean, there's $1.2 trillion in student debt. So you figure that half of that is misspent. Put another $600 billion into the economy, and I think you take a huge step forward. And then when you consider a lot of that is from younger adults who are looking to enter the workplace and start their lives, they're not renting apartments, they're not buying cars, they're not buying clothes, whatever it is that we may have bought 10, 15 years ago, that's not going into the economy anymore. So it's a really simple equation.
Where are you looking for the solution to come from? Congress?
Well, yes, unfortunately. I mean, but the reality is, anytime you create easy money, you're going to create a bubble or inflation, and that's what's happened with tuition. You know, anybody can borrow money for a student loan, and they can borrow it for any school, which means it's really easy for universities and for-profits in particular to raise their tuition, and that's exactly what they've done. So you've seen the increase in tuition outpace inflation significantly.
So, Mark, why don't you let students go bankrupt with that money? Why don't we change the rules so that they can bankrupt themselves and it's forgiven and everybody moves on? That would be quite a sudden move.
Because that changes nothing, Simon, because the university still got paid. So, you know, it's no different than the housing bubble, no different than the stock market. You know, if I'm buying something and then I just get to go bankrupt, that actually might increase tuition inflation, not save it.
You know, Peter, you just used the bubble word. I just want to bring up the fact that Peter Thiel was just on with us, and he was talking about a bubble in the bond market. We're seeing the 30-year yield reaching the 3% level. This sell-off is accelerating, Mark. The NASDAQ is down 1%. You're looking at the broader macro economy right now. Do you see cause for concern, as Wall Street is seeing right now?
Well, I don't think that the market going down is necessarily a reflection of the economy. I think we've gotten to a point where we don't really understand what drives the markets anymore. There used to be a certain level of cause and effect that we all understood when it came to stock prices, bond prices. Now, every day it's a different guess. Is it, you know, something that's happening in the Ukraine, or is it the European economy? Is it China? You know, there used to be a correlation that we understood. Now the correlations change so quickly, we're not quite sure. So I think the real problem is nobody really understands what drives our market, and because of that uncertainty, when something happens, it happens fast. So when things start to go up, they keep on going up. When they go down, they keep on going down.
Yeah, that certainly seems to be the case, Markets, David. Back to student loans. I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. $1.2 trillion, $29,000, the average amount, I think, balance when kids come out of school. But I haven't heard you actually tell me anything that's going to propose what we can do about it, other than just highlighting the problem.
Very easily, David. You put a limit on the amount of money that any individual can borrow in a single year that's guaranteed by the government. And so right now, let's say you just put a cap that starts today at $40,000, and then every couple of years that number goes lower. You will see the universities respond by cutting costs and reflecting that in their tuition. They won't have a choice. Right now, they spend so much money on administrivia. They spend so much money on an arms race to who has the best fitness centers. You know, they keep on building buildings. I mean, why? What's the difference between a sociology building and a business building and a psychology building? It's wasted money, and unless you put a lid on it by capping student loans, it's going to continue.
So your problem, to a certain extent, is simply with what you believe is wasteful spending on the part of our university system, which is still by far the best in the world.
Yeah, but it's easy money. When you have more administrators making $200,000 a year than you have teachers, there's something wrong. When you have a significant percentage of classes being taught by student teachers or teaching assistants, and they're making $1,500, $2,500 a semester, there's something wrong with the equation. It's just easy money, and easy money goes to a college administrator's head as much as anybody. I sat in kind of a group of rich people, and I told them the worst thing that they could do is donate money to build buildings, because it's like a printing press for the newspaper industry. It just keeps on sucking money, and it'll lead to bad things.
But Mark, don't you risk reducing the equality of opportunity in this country if you do that? Because
absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's schools in Texas that are $5,000 a semester in tuition. and there's schools that are $30,000, both public universities. How does one run their business to do it one way at one cost and the other another way? I sat in administrator meetings for the University of North Texas. It's crazy the amount of administration that's involved to run a school. I mean, it's just so much overhead, it's ridiculous.
Do you actually see a probability of this happening, Mark? We're in the midterms years. We're heading into election 2016. Where is the impetus going to come from?
I've been talking to a lot of politicians about it. I don't know if any of them have got the wherewithal to stand up and say it, but hopefully. And honestly, you're right. There's a downside to my position that I'm not taking the initiative to make something happen with it. But hopefully, at some point, we'll be able to get there.
Mark, real quickly, turning to basketball real fast here. That incredible contract that was signed, TV contract, a couple of weeks ago,